Hello, also in last video we saw how can we extract jobs from monster.com using Beautiful Soap. And for that, we use this base URL. Now, if you observe this base URL carefully, there is a variable part here called job title, which has two values, software developer jobs and software engineering jobs. So basically we extracted all the jobs available on monster.com for these two job titles. Now in this video, we are going to see how can we extract jobs from Indeed instead of Monster. But there is a change here. For Monster, we use job titles. But for Indeed, we are going to pull jobs based on city and state combination. Okay, so if we go back to indeed.com, you will come across this URL. Or let's Google it. Let's say jobs available in Atlanta, GA on Indeed. And very first URL, if you open, it will be a same URL. Now let's observe this URL. So what I will do, let me open in a notepad. Now we do not need anything after question mark here. I mean, uh, that is not mandatory. Now in this URL, so this part is constant and this last L stands for maybe location. So what varies is, so this is a city and this is a state abbreviation. Now remember, it's not entire state name, it's a state abbreviation. And again, this part is a constant. So if I use this guy and if I change this value, let's say for city, I will give Smyrna, and for state GA, I will still get the results for respect to that particular city. Okay. Now, so let's go back to our URL. So what changes here is city and state. And so if we have city and state combination, I can formulate this URL for those many city and state combinations, and I can extract or download respective jobs. Okay, so what we do not have as of now is city and state combination. So in this video, we are going to focus how can we get that city and state combination. Okay, and maybe in next video using that city and state combination, we are going to form this URL, different URLs based on that city and states, and then we are going to download respective jobs. Okay, so the question is how can we get this city and state? Now it's not a state again, as I said, it's a state abbreviation. So if you Google, let's say biggest cities in USA, you will come across this URL. Okay, now let's why I'm using particularly or choosing particularly this URL is, so if I use this, let's say first URL, first result set which I got. Now here, if I scroll down, I do have city and state data, but this is the entire state name. I do not have state abbreviation, which is a requirement. Okay, so if I go to this URL, if I scroll down, you will get this city and state combination. That is what we are looking for. Okay, so what I will do in this video, we are going to download or extract this data, city and state combination. So for that, let me create another file or another program called fetch indeed jobs.py. Okay, I'm going to utilize the same code. I will copy this guy and we'll change this code based on our requirement. But as of now, it will be easy if we reuse the same code. I will create a new method called extract. We are going to extract. We are going to download city and state data. Okay, so what would be our base URL? So basically what we did, once we have a base URL, we downloaded that content of that base URL based on request.get method. We stored that into a response object. Okay, and then using that response.text, we created a soap object. So we need all these three lines of code. I will copy this guy. Let me indent it. Okay, and our base URL would be this. There is no variable part, but still I will keep this f as is formulated URL. I will delete this guy. Perfect. And let me print this soap. Perfect. And let me call this method as well. Perfect. Perfect. So basically if I right click on view page source, I will get to see the exact same thing. So it ends with this script, ends with this script, body HTML. Okay. Now what we have to extract from this is we have to extract this information which is inside this table. So if I observe this HTML code here, all our required information is placed inside this table or inside this t body tag. Okay, so what I will do, so the way we extracted this result card from div tag, we need to do same thing, but instead of, we do not have to look for div tag here. There is no div tag available, so we have to look for body tag. Okay, I will copy this guy, and let's say instead of div, I will use t body tag, and I will change this to t bdy. Let's say t body, and there is no class available here, so I will delete that part, and let's print it. Print t body. Perfect. Okay, I am still getting the results. Okay, so basically now we are pulling all the records inside this t body, which is again having different tr tags, table rows. Okay, so what I will do, so I will add another loop inside here. Okay, so find all what, find inside this t body, find all table rows. Okay, but don't use soup, so we have t body object, so I'm going, so we got this till here. So from this you extract table rows. So that's why from this find all table rows. So I will use table rows, another variable, and let's print this guy, table row. Okay, we are still having, now remember there are multiple table rows here, so we can distinguish between them, and we can add, let's say to see that separately. Perfect. So see, it's a different table row. This is a different table row. Now, inside table row, our actual information is available in a p tag. Okay. So inside this tr, there are multiple p tag, and that is what we are looking for. Okay. So what I will do, let's add another for loop. Okay. So let's say find all p tag. And what we have to do, we have to use table rows. So it's a hierarchy. Remember, you can't use t body. So in table row, find a p tag, and let's say city state. So let's say, and I will print this guy now, city state. Perfect. Okay. Now let's take this example. Now we are interested only in this second element. Okay, we do not need first or remaining elements. What we can do is, so if I go to Beautiful Soap documentation, and if I go for find all, uh, there is a second parameter it accepts called restrict. So let's, okay, limit. So this is the parameter I was talking about, limit to. So our information is available on this second iteration or second occurrence. So what I will do, I will copy the same thing, comma limit to. Okay, so perfect. So we got rid of basically things which are not needed. Now again, we really do not need this information also. We are interested only in this value. Okay, so first of all, how can we extract the value from this p tag? So if I give dot string, I will get the actual value. Perfect. Now again, how can I get rid of this first value? So what I can do is, so remember it's inside this loop. So I will declare a variable called city state flag. Let's say I'll declare that as false initially. Okay. And so when it will have value as this number, okay, it's indentation, maybe it's this. If I go back, this is a number we are talking, it's a row number for that city and state combination. Okay, now the very first thing which comes inside that for loop is this number. Okay, and after that our actual city and state name comes. So what I can do, uh, for first value, I will mark that as a true. Okay. And if it is true, okay, then only I'm going to print that. So I will move this thing inside here. So what will happen is when there is a number, very initially that value, okay, no, I need to print this before. Okay, so in this case, what will happen is whenever this loop for loop will start, that times the city state flag would be false. Okay, so it will not go inside this loop. So that's why this number will not get printed. Okay, and then at end of that loop, it will become true. And when for second iteration, when that actual city and state combination will come, value would be true and it will get printed. And again, when it goes for next row, value will become false. Okay, we'll see that. I hope that will work. Perfect, it works. Okay, now again, remember we do not need this total and okay, if I scroll up, this city. Okay, we need only when it has two values, city and state combination. What we can do is, so basically this string is consist of two values, city and state separated by comma. So how can I split these values? So how to split a string in Python? So there is a method called split. So I will apply that method. Let's say what it returns me is, so if I try this and I will, let's take this guy and I'll use this guy. So if I call split method on this, so we have to split based on comma. So that returns a list or array. Okay. Now that has two elements. So when there is only one value there, the length of that array or list would be 1. So we need anything which is having length as 2. So let's, what I will do, I will see city state list. Okay, so we got that. And let's find out the length. So how can we find out the length? How to find length of a list in Python? So there is a method called len, I believe. Len, okay, this guy. So if I scroll down, length. So if length of my array is greater than 1, then only you print it. Okay. Print city state list. It's giving error. So I have to use len. I forgot that. Perfect. Yes, everything is good. Now only last thing which is pending is we have to insert these records into a database. So what I will do, the way we did last time in PostgreSQL, I'm going to create a new table for city and state combination, and we are going to pass, we'll create a new method here, the way we did this insert data. But before that, let's create a table now. Okay, password #123. Okay, and remember we created our last table for monster jobs inside jobs database. So this was the table and I'm going to reuse the script. So what I will do, I will change this table name from monster jobs to, let's say, city state listing. Okay, and let's change this one. We'll keep this ID as is. Job name, instead of job name, I will give city name, and I don't need this guy. Company name, I will give state name. state abbreviation actually, but that's okay. That's okay. I will keep these created on and updated on column, and primary key, it will be still on ID column. Only thing is, instead of monster jobs, I will give city state listing PK. That's correct. City state, I think we are good. If I run this, perfect. Now let me select star from this. Okay, let's create a insert statement. We'll add some dummy data, insert into this. Okay, so all columns are needed are two columns, city and state name. Perfect. And the values, let's say A and B as of now. Perfect. Yes, and we'll truncate table. Perfect. So let me go back and I will create a new function here. Let's say def insert city state data. And remember, we are going to pass that list or array which we have created. So I will use city state. Okay. I'll copy this entire guy and I will use this insert statement. Or let's change this one. That will be more easy. We just need to pass two values here. Instead of job, I will use city state. Yeah, I think we are good here. And last thing which we have to do is we have to call this guy. So we have to call it from here and down. And I will use this city state list. Let's use city state list here. Come on. I think if I run this, it should run. Let's see. Okay, did not give error. Let's see here. Perfect. So we should have 100 entries at least. Yeah, we have exact 100 entries. All right. So now basically we got our city and state combinations available. So now in next video, using that city and state combination, we are going to form different URLs of Indeed.com and we'll download the corresponding jobs available. Okay. So thank you for watching this video and see you in the next video.